Hello, everybody. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round one of the Nova Open second day of Swiss, aka day 1B. We have Adam James versus PL Potts in this matchup. We are going to get a little bit of color coding done on those Republic ships here in a moment. But first, let me say hello to everybody. We're going to go ahead and clarify just a couple of things. Per player request, they had asked if they could keep their numbers because they have a system with their dials that really works well for them. So on the Republic side, it might just look a little different than usual, and that's okay. So that blue ship that you saw go out there, that is broadside. All right, that's broadside in blue. Let's go ahead and do that first. Oddball. It has a green marker underneath their orange colored one. Then we have a red underneath one, a yellow underneath Hawk, and last but not least, this orange. So we'll do our best to follow along. If there's any questions, we'll check it as we go. But I think for most of them, you can kind of see what's going on. So, for those of you at home, you know what time it is. It's going to be time to choose your champion, all right? Time for you to choose your champion. Let's go ahead and get that opened up now before I start breaking down the lists, all right? Let's make sure everything is good to go from yesterday. It looks like it is. Oh, we had an error from yesterday, apparently. Okay, that's cool. There we go. The betting has been open. It's time for you to choose your champion. So let's break down these lists. Adam James on the left side. We have Han Solo in the customized YT 1300. We got Trickshot, Lando Calrissian crew, Perceptive co-pilot, Agile Gunner, and Lando's Millennium Falcon. Trickshot, giving that additional die when firing obstructed. That synergizes really well with his ability as well, which is very similar. While you defend or perform a primary attack, if the attack is obstructed by an obstacle, roll an additional attack die. He is Trickshot incarnate. That Lando Calrissian crew, allowing you to spend a green token to re-roll up to 2 results. Perceptive co-pilot giving you double focuses when you focus. All right, you get to get an additional focus token, and that's the engine that pushes forward that Lando Calrissian. Agile Gunner, so that you don't have to spend actions on the rotate. Instead, you just do it the turn before. It is a great tool, especially if you even sometimes when it's obvious where you're going, it's still, you know what, like, sometimes it doesn't matter. All right, and then that Lando Millennium Falcon, basically giving you that that bottom paragraph is the one that matters here. We have while you perform a primary attack against a stressed ship, roll 1 additional attack die. Next ship here, we have Dengar. Why did that? That's weird. Yeah, we have Dengar here with expert handling, which makes that red barrel roll white. Proton torpedoes for that 4-dice gun. Jamming beam, mostly because it's free, but also in those opportunities where you really need to get a token off, that might be the weapon to do it. Boba Fett in the gunner slot, not a very common upgrade. That's going to be end of round 1. We're going into round 2 here. It says, while you perform an attack, if there's no other ships in the attack arc, so you only have 1 ship in your attack arc, you may change one of your focus results to a hit. That's free. That's free. That's Separatist and Scum only gunner. false transponders, pretty much a staple at this point in that illicit slot. You target lock somebody, they get jammed. They target lock you, they get jammed. One-time use only. Punishing one gives that third attack dice out the front arc only. And we, of course, also remove one crew slot and gain an astromech. And what astromech did Dengar take? The R3 astromech, in order to have more than one target lock equipped at a time. Bosk is a scum staple here, one that most of us like because of how much damage this guy can put out. Famous for converting those push-through crit results into 2 hits, very high damage output. We have Notorious. After you defend, you're going to be spending a charge and giving that attacker a strength token. And when you attack them back, you get a offensive reroll. Pretty awesome. That is recurring. You could do it up to 2 times a turn. Jamming Beam as well. It's free, and the slot was open. Jabba the Hutt here. During the end phase, you may choose one friendly ship at range 0 to 2 and spend a charge. If you do, that ship receives recovers the charge on one of its equipped illicit upgrades. So watch out for that. That's going to synergize nicely with their illicit slot that they have, which we'll get to here in a second. Greedo, while you perform an attack, you're going to be able to convert one of those hits to a crit. Of course, if they have a higher initiative ships than you, like Anakin Skywalker, Oddball, and if in situations where Hawk, they also have Knack, and then Hawk at initiative 4 is going to be first player. That Greedo will be triggering there as well. You have overtune modulators during the system phase. If you're stressed, if you're not stressed, you may spend a charge to gain 3 calculate tokens. Now, I think what's going to happen here, that's the reason why you end up having Electronic Baffle, is in situations where you want those calculate tokens, you choose to baffle it off at the end phase so that you can have that opportunity to overtune modulators next turn. Also, you can use that to manipulate some of the stops depending on when that is happening. On the other side, we have a ton of Republic, 3 Y-Wings, 2 Republic Z95s. So thematic. All right. So Anakin Skywalker, with that same ability that he has in the Delta 7, after you fully execute maneuver, if there's an enemy in your front arc at range 0 to 1 or in your bullseye, you can spend the Force to remove 1 stress token. R4 astromech to make that dial just a little bit better. Proton bombs, instinctive aim, synchronized council for some target lock passing. Dorsal turret as well. Don't forget about those proton torpedoes. Oddball is built out nearly the same way. We got R4 astromech, reducing the difficulties of those 1-2 maneuvers. Synchronized council for some target lock passing. There's an overtune modulators trigger, by the way, for Adam. Tyrfon Belly Run, you can perform special attacks even while at range 0. So I'm not sure we're going to end up seeing that, but you have the option if you need it. Homing Torpedoes is a card that we really have not seen much play. Attack, target lock, spend a charge. It's a 4 dice attack potentially. After you declare the defender, the defender may choose to suffer 1 critical damage. If it does, skip the attack and defense dice steps and treat this attack as hitting. Great tool in salvage. I know that's not the scenario we're playing this time. We're playing scramble, but it is an option. Ion torpedoes are equipped there as well for a little bit of control, and then also dorsal turret. Now, let's take a second and just go ahead and talk about scrambling the transmission. Here is our first ship. This is Broadside moving. I'm going to guess going to go ahead and scramble with his action. And there's a little tap tap. And we're scrambling. That means all right, that looks to be his claim token. PL Pot saying that satellite is my satellite. right, looks like those Z95s are going to be moving into attack position. Let's go ahead and finish off this list. I'm going to guess that Hawk will end up claiming the center objective as well. We'll find out. So Broadside is built out with R4 Astromech as well. We have seismic charges there for popping off some of those obstacles as we go for potential damage. Skilled Bombardier to push that seismic charge just a little bit farther away with that 2 straight. We also talked about synchronized console and Tier Fawn belly run already. Here's a target locked attempt. See that Dengar's not in range. Excuse me, not Dengar. Bosk is not in range, but Han Solo is. And this one has an ion cannon turret. All right. So not a lot of symmetry in these ships. There's some of it, but there's some. We're gonna have to really pay attention to the upgrades on each one, so we know what weapons it has available. On Hawk, we got cluster missiles. Cluster missiles is a 3-dice missile attack that says, hey, if I get this attack off, and there's somebody else in that range 1 to 2 in my arc, and you're range 1. 0 to 1 of the ship that I just shot, I get the bonus attack and get to hit you again with those cluster missiles. We have synchronized console as well. Fire control system for that single reroll without spending the target lock, and then dedicated for some defensive tech while another friendly ship in your side arc at range 0 to 2 defends. If it is limited or has the dedicated upgrade and you are not strained, you may gain 1 strain. If you do, the defender rerolls 1 of its blank results. And everything here is named, so that dedicated can trigger on any of the ships that we have out there. And last but not least, we have NAC in the Z95 as well, with cluster missiles, synchronized console, and fire control systems. Now we're going to take a reinforce there on Han Solo for the incoming onslaught of those Z95s. Shifty McChips saying Z95s do not like Bosk. I would agree with that statement. Here's Oddball. Currently has that dorsal turret pointed to the right side. There's focus. NAC is going next. 1 bank to the left side. That should fit in nicely next to Hawk, though not going to have a shot. I would use the action here to go ahead and grab the middle. Let's see what Potts does. And we're getting a claiming of the objective. Anakin 3-banking. That might be... Hopefully he's not rocking himself. No, we're good. All good. Skilled. And reaching for a target lock. Does Anakin have it? And it is just barely in. Anakin's going to be throwing a proton torpedo there. Han's keeping it chill with a 1 straight. And Adam James doing the right choice there, claiming the objective. All right, and here is Dengar attempting the target lock as well. Just short of Anakin. He's gonna have to settle for oddball or one of the Z95s. That is Hawk hiding behind the rock right now. He's trying to see if he has range to knack. He's gonna go ahead and decide to take the Z95's false transponder does trigger, breaking the lock that is on Han Solo. Honestly, Hawk probably not too upset about that because wasn't in range for the cluster missile anyway. I think the bigger issue is the fact that your action essentially ends up being wasted. All right. There we go. Proton torpedo time. Looking so good. That's a 4 crit proton torpedo. And then with the reinforce, that's going to be 3 shields on Bosk. So shields down to get us started. He's going to use synchronized console now. And there you go, a little synchronized console action to give it to Hawk. All right, Han looking at options right now, has range 3 to any targets that he's got. Through the rock. 1 shield off a Hawk on that interaction. Now here comes a proton torpedo. He did not spend the lock, folks. 1 dice fell out of the box. Hit, crit, crit. And a blank out on that one. So with that, that's a lot of cards for 1 Z95. Largu Hote asking, why did they throw in separate dices? That's just taking a second and be like, oh yeah, it's obstructed. You just add a die. That is that's pretty standard when you don't roll enough. He is out of range there. No shot for Knick-Knack. Knick knack paddywhack, give your dog a bone. No bones. He didn't have range. Oddball's got that range 3. No target locks. Only a focus. It's going to be primary. This is going to be 2-on-3. 1 hit. And plenty. Dengar uses his ability now. After an enemy ship fires at him, he can spend the charge to attack the attacker back. Checking for Boba Fett Gunner. Now there's another ship in his arc, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Gonna re-roll that single die with the target lock. Hit, crit, crit. Plated hull does end up triggering there. 2 shields off of Oddball. Death Seeker says, did Dion seriously just knick-knack? Yeah, I did. This old man came rolling home. You don't, can't stop, won't stop. Can't do it. All right, Boss looking at options. Going to be range 2 going into Knack. Bosk has Greedo active. Spend a calculate. Turn 1 to a crit and prepare to at least do 2 damage. All right. 1 uncanceled. It's going to split it and turn it into 2. And 2 shields are down on Knack. Nano Antonio says, a list with these pilots would be named Rick, Knack, Patty, Jack, give your Tucker, give your Republic something. I don't know. That's fun. What about Knack 2? I don't know what you mean, McChips. Don't know what you mean. So we're here in Washington, D.C., live from the Nova Open. All of our rounds this weekend are brought to you by Curled Paw Creatives. We got a little Jabba action there. They're having a 15% off sale on their entire shop, whether you play X-Wing, Legion, maybe you're looking to get into some other games like Wingspan, Marvel Crisis Protocol, all those things. They work. Just got to take a look at curlpawcreatives.com. Also, with the timing there of the Jabba reload, it avoids the strain clause. Oh, there it is. Give Warthog a bone. And of course, if you have any ideas for future games you would like to see in Curled Paw Creatives, go ahead, reach out and see what Andrew can do for you. Additionally, shout out to our patrons. We have any patrons in the house that have received their swag? Things are shipping. We've seen some people in Discord posting little thank you messages saying, I got my stuff. It is cool to see it in the wild. And an awesome Rebel versus Empire set with that quarter 2 and quarter 3. Lava Field Toast, he says, got mine. Stickers applied. That's good. Hammerlock says, I got my swag last night. No swag yet, but the OP kits were cool. Yes. OP kits did go out the door as well. The OP kits are shipping from my house. And the Patreon stuff is shipping from Curled Paw Creatives. They are our official shipper now. Actually saves me a lot of time, opens up some time in my schedule to do things like the OP kits and other creative things that I want to spend some time on. Arik1313, thank you for your sub. Now, let's go take a peek at the players here. There's Adam James. There's PL Potts. Our score right now, four to 2. Right now, Adam is ahead. Lava Field Toasty saying, Len will be awarding stuff from your OP kit during our tourney in Minneapolis. Yes, I will. That'd be great. It's good to see. Looking at those options. Also, have you heard about the Galactic Championship Series? It's been popping off over here in hyperspace. It's great to see so many players participating. We have our next qualifier. If you head over to goldsquadronpodcast.com, you can see our current schedule. The next qualifier is happening September 17th, so it's in 2 weekends from now. 5 rounds happening during the Eastern Europe time zone, EEST, that's UTC +3. 5 rounds of Swiss followed by a top cut. Any player that goes 3-2 or better will be getting an invite to our finale that's happening in October 22nd. And we also have anybody who goes 4-1 or better gets into the cut the next day. Maui Mike Beard says, Galactic Championship, you say? Tell me more. Yes, the Galactic Championship Series has been my baby. It's been a lot of fun. All right, let's get back into it. Road time, slapping that first player token to the other side. No system phase. A reminder, we do have those those seismic charges. They're on broadside. It looks like we're getting a hard turn around the rock here. It's going to be a little bit tight. Never doubted it. Focus. One second. Say it again. An email. All right. Looks like that heart 2 does end up completing. Putting the focus there. We have a 3 bank. Big swing towards the top of the board. Waiting for a decision here on an action. And it looks like barrel roll is the call. That is a red barrel roll on those Republic Y-Wings. I think he's trying to go for a block here, get a little bit of control. Also could be working on trying to clear some space for Anakin. Oh, also he is getting bullseye. That does set up Oddball's ability. After you fully execute a red maneuver or perform a red action, if there's an enemy ship in your bullseye, you may acquire a lock on that ship. He's got bullseye on Dengar. So a couple people asking about what happened to the strain from Overtuned. Jabba the Hutt, using that allows you to avoid that penalty by you choosing the card's timing when the Overtuned modulator checks for, like the check for strain doesn't happen, essentially. All right, we're boosting with Knack. I think my only concern with Knack is that he's spent a couple turns not being able to shoot. As we go into, this is going to be turn 3. And we are getting a bump there from Dengar. We're going to go ahead and do the stress focus. And is he going to bump it to his own friend? Use that wiggle room. You pull it as far back as you can. Can you fit it flush? And it fits. Perceptive co-pilot for double focuses. And just a nice casual 1 straight with Anakin. He has enough space there to 1 bank to the right next turn. Slaps down that target lock, ready to throw another proton torpedo at Bosk. We'll be getting into that juicy hole this turn. And we're heading into engagement. Here's range 1, Han Solo against a stressed Oddball. So that's going to be an additional die. Plus range 1. Lando, spend for the reroll, plus spending the focus for its normal ability for 4 hits. The crit turned down with plated hull, 1 blank, and that's 4 damage going into Oddball. Shield plus 3. Down to 2 hull. That plated hull does end up saving a crit there. Very nice. Trying to see where he wants to go. Range 2 at Knack, the Z95. Spends focus for 2. And that's going to be 2 damage and gone. Knack not taking a defensive token, so ends up going down, not having contributed offensively. All right, Knack will wait until the end of the Initiative 6 phase to be removed. Here comes Anakin Skywalker. We saw Boss stop, no reinforce on this one. 4 dice coming in, Potts looking for a big shot. Not a great start. He's only spending lock on the 2 blanks, so willing to dump all the force is what he's saying here. And we'll end up getting a hit and 2 crits after spending the force. And with that proton torpedo ability. So guaranteed 2 crits. Missed on the evade. Hit, direct hit, direct hit. Ends up taking a total of 5 damage cards there on Dengar. Down to 4 hull. That's big. Notorious does trigger there. That's where the strain came from. Now, the Greedo trigger does end up getting missed by Potts. Could have had 3 crits. Potts asking about questions about how Dengar's ability works, clarifying range 0 attacks. Just making sure that everybody's on the same page. Han is range 1. He hasn't done any damage to Dengar yet, so it's really nothing lost by switching targets. So gonna go for the range 1 against Han. 2 hits and takes 2 shields. Bosk is mad, looking for some revenge. Where's it gonna go? We did see a reach for Oddball. We'll see where the target ends up being. We're in round 1 of the Nova Open. Shout out to Nova Open for and the organizers for inviting me, helping us out, getting us that internet connection. All right, going at Oddball. 3 crits with Greedo. And plus boss ability. Super dead, very dead. Oddball goes down. Link, I am giving the organizers time to get the lists set before I post them. They will be ready for round 2. They're talking to me through the headset. All the direct hits have been pulled. They're commenting, I guess, Oddball, even though we couldn't see it, more direct hits got pulled on both sides. Mind you, it was a little bit of overkill for Oddball versus, getting deeper into that hole on Bosk. But at this point, we have Anakin Skywalker at full health, Broadside at full health, Bosk is on the edge here. I think you go into... I would go into Han here. You already took a couple shields there. We're going into Dengar. One hit. I guess Dengar also has 9 health. So it's 9 health behind 2 agility versus 9 health behind 1. Would have been 2 in that situation. Not sure. What do you guys think? Broadside target priority there. Do you shoot Dengar? By the way, he was out of arc. Or would you shoot Han Solo? Where are you at and why? Shout out to Blekosaur for their sub. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. What did I... Oh, we just electronic baffled. That's what that was. Okay. Electronic baffle on Bosk. Down to 3 hull, but chose to get rid of that stress. So Psych J7 in that target priority situation, saying broadside, probably fire. He would choose Han because of better follow-up shots. Agreed. Agreed. 8-bit librarian saying also Han. And I'm guessing probably with Bosk here, if you're prioritizing getting rid of the stress, that means because you want to do either a white maneuver or, wait for it, another red maneuver. Anakin's all out of proton torpedoes. He hasn't had time to reload. So if you stop again, obviously you're not going to be able to reinforce on Bosk. But the max you can take is 2 damage, unless you get some crits out there. So there's always that debate in the chat. I see it every time when an opponent has a higher initiative ship and is firing against another ship that has Greedo, and the trigger gets missed, but the trigger's never being missed on the attack. Like, whose responsibility is that? It is a May ability, and you guys know how I feel about May abilities, right? Like, if it's a miss trigger, it's a miss trigger. But I can feel you. I understand the whole, like, oh, maybe your opponent should remind you. But I will note that, like, most of the Bosk players I've seen, they don't even think about the second part of the paragraph. They mostly just think about the part that benefits them. There's a seismic charge drop, seeing if you can catch Dengar or maybe a very aggressive Han. I see a 2-bank getting away from that asteroid for broadside. Obi-Wan 77, if you type ! lists, you can actually see all the lists from yesterday. That link is active. Serve wide. I understand it's a sportsman-like conduct. I get it. But like I said, 9 times out of 10, people are just not even paying attention to that second part of the paragraph. They're so focused on that first part. It's not necessarily malicious. It's not malicious if you're not thinking about it. You know what I mean? But anyway, at this point, it is past. I will be reminding Potts, though, at the end of the game, just walking over and being like, hey, just remember this for next time. And Bosk rolling up to claim. He said, this satellite is mine, friend. And this is going to be a bump. Looks like Dengar will end up taking some damage from that asteroid. He is within range 1. And does he end up? Oh, Anakin does end up on that rock. And that's going to be 2 damage on Anakin. 2 shields. I just got asked about lunch options here via email. First attack, 2 for 1. Takes 1 more damage on Anakin. Anakin's not going to be able to attack. Starslinger, they do have food trucks in front. I do know that they are 2 food trucks shorter than they thought they were going to be due to restaurant staffing issues. So they were looking to get some outside food. Next shot coming in. Four dice. He allowed him to roll the 4 dice. Oh, that was range 1 ion cannon. Range 1 ion cannon. So we got ionized there on Dengar. So 1 shield. Score would be 14 to 14-5. 2 initiative points going to Adam. Only 1 to Potts there with the claim of the center. So Adam taking a commanding lead here. Anakin Skywalker goes down, would be a lock for Adam. And there's another Jabba trigger. All right, so sorry guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to put on that background music here for a moment. All right, I'm back. Let's lower the music. All right, here we go. Potts is the first player. And it looks like Anakin is dropping a proton bomb there, seeing if he can catch Bosk. We'll see if he ends up sticking around or not. I think if I was Bosk, I'd jump that 3 bank. I should be able to thread the needle there. 3 hard gets around. Acts is just a focus. All right, looks like Boss gets through clean with the front with a straight maneuver. I didn't think it'd make it. Moves the target lock over to Anakin. We'll see if Anakin ends up prioritizing the objective there at the top of the board. He's going to go ahead and claim that objective. Ionized. We'll see if he chooses to bank or go straight. Gonna bank to the right. That'll still be within range 1. for the proton bomb, but he still has shields up, so will only be a shield. Han keeping it casual, will have a shot out the side arc. Just deciding on an action. Now all three of Adam James ships headed towards that bottom right-hand corner. It's gonna have to get somebody turned around here soon. Proton bomb goes off. Dengar, it looks like we may have missed a shield earlier. So Dengar, I just heard them say Dengar, last shield off. So shield's down on Dengar. No dorsal turret shot for Anakin. Han does not have broadside. Does have range 3 to Anakin though. Hit crit. Played it whole. Will trigger there. Spends the force to avoid any damage. Broadside has a shot there. Remember, Broadside does have an ability while you perform a turret attack. If your turret arc is in the side, you can change one blank to a focus result. He does end up getting 1 damage there. Didn't have any focus tokens on that one. Shields are now down on Han as well. Cell Brute in the chat commenting. A late game toilet bowl. A rare sight. It's true. It's true. Psych J7 asking, did you get breakfast this morning, Dion? I did not. Didn't have time. Came down, got some stuff set up. Sent some emails. I was like, all right, let me go grab breakfast. Actually, no. I guess it's not completely true. I was given a donut by somebody. So I had a donut, a chocolate chip cookie, and some water. That was my breakfast. Don't tell my wife. She will not be happy about that. Not because I'm eating sweets, but it's not balanced meals. Breakfast of champions, that's right. If you guys remember yesterday, I was talking about the Save TTT project that I am spearheading. Had a great meeting with the owner of TTT, and I can confidently say that TTT is not going anywhere. TTT is not going anywhere. You will end up seeing that message on the top of TTT changing in the near future, saying actually it's just changing hands. But with that, one thing to look out for, make sure you know which email you have on TTT, because in the near future you will receive an email that will ask, are you okay with transferring your user account to new ownership? And it's an opt-in. So if you don't respond, all of your entries in tournaments will become like, instead of saying your name, instead of saying, I don't know, let me pick somebody in the chat. Who do I see? There you go, Tyler Tippett. Instead of saying Tyler Tippett, it'll say, you know, player 127569. All right, it'll just be a random number there, but it would be consistent across. It's just you don't know who they actually are, right? So if you want your account to transfer, when we take over, then make sure just to be on the lookout for that email. I will, of course, be shouting from the rooftops on the day that goes out so that you all know to look for it. But super excited. And shout out to my team as well, the volunteers who said, Dion, we're willing to help you to get this going. It's going to be good. We're going to publish some information on what everybody's working on once things get underway. Make sure everybody gets the props they deserve for getting things going. Mr. Rocker Crocker said, hey, I'm player number 127569. That's correct. Let's focus. And that is the extent of what I can share for now. Thanks for the update. You're welcome. You're welcome. And if any of my teammates are here, I did post a more detailed update on our Save TTT Discord. That is for the development team only, by the way. I know some of you will be like, hey, I want to be a part of it. I want to just hang out and stuff. Not right now. Not the time. Wookie Shepherd says happy birthday next weekend. Thank you so much. We did just see Dengar take a damage there. Do you reload? Heading for a final shot? I mean, you need something pretty crazy here to actually get advantage. Get those initiative points set out. Score currently 8-17. We're gonna go ahead and agile gunner. It looks like. Sorry, I said Dengar. It's on Han. That damage was on a Han. Thank you. And it was corrected. Waiting to see. Checking for system phase. Here we go. Road roll. Potts will be the first player. We'll see how aggressive Potts wants to be here. A 3-bank towards the right. Is he going for that center objective? He's hiding underneath the Falcon right now. He sure is. Staying aggressive. Trying to see if he can slow down the bleeding here with a 2-1 turn. Bosk is coming around, ready to fire at something. Bosk is at 3-hole. If Bosk was to go down, plus a 2-point turn for Potts, 15, 16, 17, that would still put him 1 point behind. And again with the K turn. Obviously, nothing in range for that ability. One bank there for Han. That's all right. So Han did end up hitting the rock. Did you guys see the roll? Sorry, I had to take care of something there. Did he end up hitting on the dice roll? Help me out there, folks. Blank, thank you. All right, Dengar at the top of the board. All right, Dengar does have a range 3 there. 2 hits. Evade focus. Bosk from range 2. Spend all of it. And he's going to go ahead. Just 3 damage. So shields are down on broadside. Broadside back. Looking for some crits. Only 2 hits. Guaranteed 1. Down to 2. All right, initiative points. 2 points for Potts. 1 for Adam. Agile Gunner. It's cool to see a bunch of my buddies here at the Nova Open, amongst friends and family. If you've never been to a big convention like this before, the energy in the room is amazing. It is addicting. Have a bunch of people around you playing the same game you are. You got same interests. You speak the same game language. It's fun. I'll be right back. All right, I just went to go double check. They did do the 4th damage. Plated hull triggers first, then Bosk. Just wanted to go confirm, go look at what they did before I end up bothering them. I just took a look at their cards. Was able to figure it out pretty quick. So we're good. Took that down. You see that broadside is down to 4 hull now. And here we go. Time for our final turn. System phase, seismic charge. And here we go. We got a over 2 modulators trigger. And that's a claim there on the other side. How'd your first game go, Marcel? He got it. Bank 1. And action to claim it back. I just need them to know that their time just ended. All right. I'm That Dave says, what is the GSP marker they are using? That is one of our metal double-sided charge. You can use them as charges. You can use them as player tokens. If you own them, you know they're the nicest thing that we've made. They feel so good in the hand. Anybody out there have some of our charge tokens? Like they're gorgeous. They got some heft. Three hard. Is it available in the store? They are not. They were available for a while. I have extras. I just would need to put them back up. They were available at first exclusively to patrons. But I got extras, so we can make that happen. I will admit they were expensive to manufacture, so they're not cheap, but we can get them in people's hands for sure. All right, so no attacks there. It's like the only attack that we have is Han and Broadside. Might be range 3 obstructed there. Oh, big money. Trick shot plus the rock for 3 hits and a crit. Hit, crit goes through. As long as it's not a double. It is not. All right, and then end of turn, that would be plus 2 points to Potts, plus 1 to Adam James, and that is the ball game. 19-12 is our final score. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, Row 6, 626, Chief, and J List, our Grand Admiral patrons. And all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members, thank you for your support. Gold Squadron out.